Hello, here is a simplified procedure of filling a URA pay-as-you-earn return form. The return arises out of the withholding requirement that employers have on incomes that they pay out to their employees. This should be done on any form of employment income that employees earn from their employers as defined in Section 19 of the Income Tax Act of Uganda. Similarly, the power to withhold is given to the employers in Section 116 of the Income Tax Act of Uganda. Let us look at how this monthly return is filled. To fill a URA pay-as-you-earn return, you need to visit the URA website, click the Download Online Forms link, go to the Pay-as-you-earn return form line and download the form by clicking the line. You save the form by choosing OK, and then you open the form. After opening the form, you realize that macros have been disabled. So you click Options, enable this content, and then choose OK. Therefore, now the macros are enabled. I choose OK. I put this aside. I insert the TIN, the beginning date for the month for which I'm filing a return, and the ending date for the month for which I'm filing the return. I go to the next section, ABC, where I select the status of the person filing the return. In this case, it's a company, so it's an individual. I choose the bank. I choose the bank branch, still from the list. I enter the account number, and then I put the employment type as others. After that, I click Next. I go to Schedule 1, where I put the names of the employees and all the other details about them. In the first column is where we put the TINs, but in this case, these employees may not be having TINs, so I may skip that because it's not mandatory. The mandatory fields and columns are indicated with a red asterisk, as you may see in the name of the employee column. The first employee may be Jen, Tom, James, and Lisa. The starting date of employment for all these people is the starting date for the month for which they were employed, and I think we can use this all throughout. And the ending date is the ending date of the month, and I think we can still use the same throughout. The basic salary will depend each employee has a different salary. Maybe there is no housing allowance, but maybe each employee is given transport allowance of 10,000. The gross income is going to be the sum of basic salary and any other allowances. In this case, gross income has changed to these amounts I will see here. as to whether the employees fall under a fixed rate of 30% will depend on whether these employees have this as their second job or not. If it is their primary and only job, you leave this section as nil. You don't put anything, so you may say no, otherwise leave it blank. Also, if this employee is a non-resident, you choose yes in this next section in column T, otherwise you may leave it blank. The tax deductible from these people is also the tax chargeable on their incomes. So for the first person I put a 0, the second person I put 1,500, the third person I put this, and for the fourth person I put that very amount indicated. I have to check to ensure that the chargeable income from these people is the same as the tax that has been deducted from them. On Schedule 2, I'm supposed to indicate the details of the payments that are made to URA. This is not mandatory, but you may indicate it in the case you have paid before coming to URA. It requires you to indicate the pay deducted, amount paid to the bank, the check number, payment registration number, the bank name, and the payment date. On Schedule 3, you indicate details of persons whose contracts have been terminated, who are retiring, those who are resigning, or those whose employment is not a regular occurrence. Similarly, Schedule 4 shows where payments have been made in bond as a bonus or as a lump sum payment to individuals within the organization. Similarly, still, this is not a mandatory sheet to be filled. From there on, I can scroll down on Schedule 4 and I click Validate. And in case there are no errors, I choose to generate an upload file by saying yes, clicking yes. You have to note that while we began on section ABC and this was blank, right now it is populated with a tax payable of 441,500 Ugandan shillings. So I may say no, yes, and I save this item on the desktop. Okay, that is how we fill the pay as you earn return. Thank you.